they're so good at blending in, guys. That's the thing, they're so good at blending in. I went on a training in Dallas, and it was all these case studies, coaches, teachers, dads, brothers, girlfriends, cousins, and I'm like, it's everyone. Stop listening to our instincts, we're in trouble. Our kids are in trouble, we're in trouble, our house isn't safe, we lock our door at night, right? But you know, if your kid's on their phone, what's the point? 13-year-old, middle school, that's the danger zone, because that's the target. And then I also tell our kids, you know, you might think the predator's looking out for you, but they're actually interested in your little brother or your little sister. We're still at 8,000 kids going missing a year in Nevada. That's a lot. All right, so after today, hopefully we're feeling a little bit more energized just because you guys all look like amazing change makers, right? Awesome people in the building. All right, so we are Nevada Child Seekers. We obviously, what do you think we do? Right, we seek children, we try to find missing children. We've been around for over 30 years. We have about 8,000 missing children in 1 year in Nevada. That's more than 20 kids a day that go missing in Nevada. Our cases come from law enforcement calling us saying, hey, we have a case that we need you to send this e-alert on. We have a case that we need you to spend extra time on. They're overwhelmed, we know that, so they'll send us referrals, they'll send us families, we contact the family, we get the alert out, we activate the search force if we need to. We contact the FBI, we contact the National Center for Missing Children, we get on the case. So we literally will do cyber forensics. Social media is huge. We know that. That was a great answer. Our kids are being lured away from their home. The white van driving through the park is less than 1%. The stranger danger isn't even a real, it is a real statistic, but you can focus on the 0.5% when that happens, or we can focus on the 99.5%, which is the children actually walking away from their home to go meet someone. So instead of our message saying, don't talk to strangers, we don't do that. We say, you're gonna be lured. Someone's gonna ask you to hang out with them. Someone's gonna say you're the most beautiful thing they've ever seen, which is the truth. This is what we tell them at the schools. But if anyone wants to meet you or asks you to keep this friendship a secret, automatically think predator, right? Because anybody with the right intentions wouldn't wanna or need to be hidden from your family. That's saved over 45 kids in the past 4 years. We had disclosures where they said, oh my gosh, you came, or even they send us Instagram, they'll tag us and, you know, hey Margarita, you came to my school, or they'll inbox us and then tell us, this guy's liked, or this girl's liked all my pictures. I remember what you said. They wanted other pictures of me. I reported it to the cyber tip line. The cyber tip line is the FBI's child pornography hotline. So even if it's self-created, a lot, unfortunately, of our young people are making some decisions they can never take back. They think they're in love and they'll send a photo. That's one of the biggest problems right now, is self-made images or video. The cyber tip line will take those images down. They have, like I say, cyber forensics, so they'll be able to find out where it's being housed or shared. And then they'll go after that network or that group. And it's usually an online ring of file sharing predators who they'll file share. They'll share videos and images. What's great about the FBI is we go straight to them and we report it. The kids do too. When we're out there talking to our young people, we let them know, hey, if you've made a mistake and you've accidentally sent a photo or a video that you regret, there is a way to protect yourself. You need to report it. What happens is that FBI immediately, like I say, within 72 hours, they have a team on it. And it's really neat because here in Vegas, we have the Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force that's actually located right down the street. So yeah, so they pick up these cases way faster than the 72-hour rule. And they've been able to save a lot of kids because of it. Last year, I think they had 10 million images reported. So that gives you an idea of how much is out there. and how much is being removed, if you think about it, because they're the ones that investigate it and remove it and figure out where it's being shared. So this number was actually doubled because of our really neat partnerships with television. So we try, I'll send them bulletins every 2 weeks, say, hey, have you thought about this topic? Or, child safety bulletins, whether it's the internet or the new app that's out that the kids are using to chat secretly, things like that. We also do parent workshops. But it was actually, our cases were doubled because of the media, being able to share about our services, what we do, inviting our volunteers and our families on to talk about their experiences, whether it was a missing child case or bullying, which is huge right now. A lot of our kids are going missing because of bullying. We have a bully prevention program called Be Brave, where we inspire them. We talk about the difference between harassment, bullying, and then what just is normal life. People aren't always going to like you, but if they're threatening you, it's absolutely bullying. And it doesn't have to happen more than once. If it's one huge threat that talks about you hurting yourself and that the world will be better without you, that's absolutely bullying, needs to be reported. So it has a lot to do with the outreach, because the number's still been 8,000 a year for the past 5-6 years with the statewide number. But our numbers have gone up, thankfully, because of things like this. Just talking to people, communicating with the public, and empowering you guys to make good choices and to inspire your kids to do the same. So our caseload statistics, this is from 2016. So we're able to close about 83. Closed meaning child was found safe. And they were either placed or they were given resources to continue rehabilitation or services in some sort. Open cases means we don't know where the child is. Case remains open and it overflows to the following year. Even if a child turns 18, it doesn't matter. The child's gone missing. We'll always keep their alert active. We will always contact the National Center for updates. So it's really a lot of work, but it's awesome because these are our babies, right? So, and I might call them my babies, but I tend to do that because they are. So here's something interesting that's happened over the last 2 years. Trafficking has gone up. And if you look at the blue, which was 2014, it was less than 50 cases. Now it's gone up to almost 150 of our 400 cases. So the epidemic is real. Right. And some of these have multiple categories. So there might be a runaway that's involved with alcohol and traffic. So a lot of it may be overlapping. Truancy is a problem too, but people, just to give you an idea, a kid that runs away, let's say they're having bad grades, home life is good, but they're just having bad grades. This does happen right before Christmas, right before they get their report cards. Testings in January, we get a lot of the 24-hour, I don't know where Timmy is, I just got his report card, he thinks he's in trouble. We still activate our search force and we still send out the alert. We treat it just like we would anybody else. So that's something that's interesting, that it's not seasonal, it comes with the grades throughout the year. But the other ones, this has a lot to do with abuse or gangs or alcohol or drugs. That's every day, all throughout the year. Many of our missing child cases stem from multiple issues. These statistics are solely based on our data. Okay, so this isn't a representative of Nevada. This is Nevada Child Seekers data. The fact that traffic is nearly tripled. So our babies are being lured online by predators. They think they love them. They think they're gonna go party with this wonderful person, or it's a teacher, or it's a coach. But the point is they're using the internet. So it's something we all have to be better about, especially if our children have phones, or they have iPads, or they're online, or they have social media. We do internet safety trainings for not just the kids, but also the parents, so we can learn what to look for, because there's always gonna be a new app. This is the thing. I hear a lot from parents, which is interesting because I thought it would come from the young people, but I hear a lot from parents say they need their own privacy. I wouldn't go through their phone. Well, it's 2017, And this isn't a diary. You're not reading someone's diary. You are protecting your child from predators that are smarter than most people, that know the tactics, that know how to watch. Some of them just friend request and watch inside, in the background. So not just Timmy, but Margarita. Forgot that was a friend request from a few months ago, right? But then I just texted, or I sent out a thing like, I hate my life, no one understands me. And then all of a sudden this person's my best friend. What happened? That's a predator. They're not always gonna just jump out, try to attack. They stay in the background and they wait. And they groom and they build trust and then they strike. All right, caseload. So I did have to say runaway because that's 94% of our cases are teens that walk away, that weren't abducted, they weren't kidnapped, they weren't hogtied. These are kids that walked away into the arms of usually a predator, to be honest with you. We live in Las Vegas. They drive around at night, they look at the bus stops, they look through the parks, they look for the kids that are just trying to camp out. Maybe they had bad grades, right? They don't want to go home. So predators are looking for our kids, not just to traffic them, horrible things. Trafficking is horrible in itself, but we're talking about people running the streets to look for children to hurt, okay? Endangered means they were 13 and younger. So a lot of our cases, thankfully, aren't of the little guys. The little guys are a lot more protected, right? Society, we're like, oh my gosh, she's 7, why is she walking around Walmart by herself? That's our instinct. Well, we don't think the same thing about a 13-year-old, right? So that's the problem. We need to protect them just as much as we do the little guys. Toy section at Walmart is not a daycare center. The game section at Target is not a daycare center. It drives me crazy, but I only know this because I learned it. But before I learned it, I probably would have been that parent that was like, okay, play your video game, I'm gonna go get toilet paper, right? We can't do that anymore, okay? Because we walk away from that baby, that teenage boy, that 13-year-old girl, that 8-year-old, that 5-year-old, and you're asking for trouble, okay? They're so conniving. Just come with me really quick. There's a story, you guys can Google it and it'll break your heart, so I'm gonna just tell you right now. Single mom shopping, overwhelmed, has a lot of little guys running around. She seems overwhelmed, but she's shopping, she's doing her thing. Very nice man. It's like, oh, I just lost so-and-so. You remind me of my daughter. Can I buy you your groceries? It would just mean the world to me. He groomed them. He watched them. Later on, when you look at the surveillance video from Walmart, he was watching them the whole time to see how he could get in there. Her guard dropped. She just thought it was gonna be one of those posts like, today I got a $2,000 tip. Right? Those wonderful posts that we see on Facebook and we're like, that's so nice. So he's like, I'm gonna buy everything. I'm gonna buy your groceries because my daughter passed away and you remind me of her. Took his time, then says, hey, are you guys hungry? I wanna buy you something to eat. I'm gonna go grab some McDonald's. Okay, yeah, that's great, right? She's already like, this is the best day ever. Which in a perfect world, it could have been. So he walks away and says like, the little one, she's actually the oldest, but she's little, I think she's 5. Very outgoing, very wild, just innocent, beautiful baby. It's like, I'll go with you. He never makes it to McDonald's. He walks outside with her and they find her in the dumpster dead. We can't live in a world where that isn't something we think about because our babies are too precious and the predators are too smart, and we can stop that from happening by watching. Even the way I feel is like, man, if I would have been at Walmart, would I have noticed what he was doing? Probably not. Probably not. So just being more aware and more protective, and I can't chance my baby's not coming home because I want to make this stranger feel good about himself. You know what? It's really nice that you offered that. I would love to take your money, but never let anybody leave with your kids. Always go with your gut, and you can protect them faster and longer, What a great lunch and learn. You guys are awesome. Does anybody have any other questions?
A group is only as good as their leader.
You stop it. Oh my God. Aw, high five. That was sweet.